women attain Samadhi more than women are enlightened more than in numbers, more than men. They think that anybody who attains Samadhi is, famous, is dealing people with in hordes, and there are thousands of followers, and this and that, and a big, huge kingdom kind of. Even in women's cases, Kundalini can always fell down below all the way till Swadhisthana or Mooladhara chakra, and they may get into a lot of emotional drama, nonsense, and lot of survival related fears. We say Yat Brahmanda Tat Pinde means whatever is in the macrocosm is happening in your microcosm as well. So that is this fact has to be understood more by male body members. Women doesn't need to, because they are already aligned. Once women go through the childbirth, delivery, they are protected. It's not easy to do anything on them. They are not the victims. They are rarely the victims of black magic or somebody stealing spiritual energy, this energy, that energy. Namaste, Jai Shivai. Hope everybody is liking this program and you are getting your questions answered. We again have Yogini ji today with us. Yogini ji, what are you drinking today?
I am just drinking water today, ma.
I am also drinking water like always. Okay. What's the question, Yogini ji, for today?
Okay. So the first question here is intuition, emotion, and thoughts. How can we differentiate it? If possible, in words, please.
We can very well differentiate it, but it depends from person to person actually. In some people, intuition is very strong. Okay. And intuition is usually asking you to be fearless. Thought could be, no, there are these 99 things that may go wrong, or that what if this happens, what if that happens. These are the kind of thoughts that are there. But intuition appears as a thought, appears as an emotion, which is very strong. And it may be exactly opposite of what you are fearful of, what the validation that you are looking for may be exactly opposite of that. So again, it depends from person to person, and it depends from, situation to situation. Sometimes your ego is speaking from within, the thoughts are speaking from within, and they may appear like an intuition, but they are not. Okay, so any intuition usually is the information which has no logic, usually no rationality in the present moment. When you behave or take an action or a decision based off of intuition, 2 years, 1 year, 5 years down the lane, 10 years from now, it may appear like that was the best decision you took. But at that time, you may not have a logical, rational answer to it. Justification for it, as if, why are you doing what you are doing? You may not know in that moment. So intuitions usually come without logic, without rationality.
And emotions?
Emotions and thoughts both have logic and rationality. If you are angry, sad, or hilarious, you may be able to find out, okay, because of this person or this event or this thing I achieved, this is how I'm feeling, and it's a positive emotion. There is a logic to it. You can see what happened in the behind the scenes that made you think that way or feel that way. So there is a logic, there is a rationality, there is a cause behind it. But behind the intuition, logic, rationality, cause, nothing may exist. It may be very hard. People are not able, when you start fighting your intuition by trying to justify it, by trying to look for logic, by trying to look for rationality, it never works. You just have to have faith on yourself and take the jump that yes, what I'm feeling, what I am, as opposed to how scared I may be or how I'm feeling or what my thoughts are right now. I still will do what I felt.
Cool. So the next one is, are there any enlightened yoginis of which we don't know? Does anyone know if interest among women nowadays has risen to attain moksha compared to, let's say, 20, 30, 50 years ago? Yoganand wrote about another one or two, but I am not sure if they attained ultimately. There's a huge spiritual yoga misconception bubble in the West, which but seems to be just superficial and hollow, but still some kind of interest is there, potential, so to say.
Now, this may sound very contrary to people's belief, but there are more women who attain samadhi than men. Even in the present times. I'm not talking about just some ancient historical times. No. Women attain samadhi more than women are enlightened more in numbers more than men. And I created a new series about divine feminine and divine masculine, which will explain people, and that series will go live from next year because we are still working on it, and there are a lot many videos that we still have to do. So that entire series we will start in January next year. But yes, because it is easier for those Atma who are in the female body to attain samadhi. Now, people usually, when they see this thing that attaining samadhi versus becoming a guru for them are one and the same thing. They think that anybody who attains samadhi is, famous, is dealing people in hordes, and there are thousands of followers, and this and that, and a big, huge kingdom kind of for the inland life. So when people connect with that kind of material aspect of being a guru, or people just flocking them in herds and everybody is after them, they are suddenly well known, and they are suddenly teaching everybody everything. So many other people have experienced this, experienced that, experienced this, or that they are doing ton of social work and this, all of that, when all of those kind of things are considered, so people are mixing two things. One is attaining samadhi for yourself because you want to attain moksha. It has been many lifetimes you playing games with yourself. It's better you stop all that nonsense and you attain samadhi. So anybody who is a woman inside the nari body of a woman, it is easier for them to be enlightened, to attain samadhi. Now, when it comes to teaching others, or having 1,000 followers or hundreds and million gazillion followers, or place, or building temples, or doing social work, they may not be interested in doing all that. Because the real samadhi, even those who are in the male body, when they attain samadhi, they have to have the highest level of feminine energy that is possible. And that feminine Shakti, that feminine energy is the Shakti of surrender, of Samarpan, which women are master of in any ways. They surrender for when the child happens, when they surrender when so many things happen in life. So they are master of that. Another important point to understand here is that women's Kundalini naturally rises when they deliver the child. Their Kundalini naturally rises when they experience orgasm during the sexual intercourse. Their Kundalini naturally travels that way or this way, and it comes down after some time. Women's Kundalini naturally stays in Anahata chakra, in the heart chakra, when they are feeding their child. So you see, women's living the life as a complete woman, like being a woman, having a child, going through marriage, going through all kinds of relationships, handling this, handling that. It's a natural way of ascending. If you do everything in a surrendered way, then it's a natural ascension that happens to a woman. As opposed to men, they are not birthing a child. No Kundalini rises. They are not feeding a child. So to take the Kundalini to Anahata, it requires lot of harsh tapas, sitting on the mountain, doing this, doing that. Lot of doing to reach the non-doing. Feminine energy's nature is non-doing by itself. So you see, now when somebody becomes a guru, when a female or male, then again it's all about, karma. How much social work, how much. So usually men, those who have taken the Purush body, the men body, male body, they usually come up with the karma of doing lot of social work. It's their pending karmic thing. It's the pending karmic bhoga. They have to go through it. Somebody in the Nari, woman body, have a little less in comparison always. In Hindi, we call male body holders Purusha or Purush, and then their efforts are called as Purusharth. So that word itself comes from Purusharth. Purusharth means hard efforts. Istri, we call female body as Istri, or the Shakti that is called as Nari Shakti, Stri Shakti, which is a sign of non-doing. Ascending, rising, but non-doing, complete non-doing. Because non-doing is the biggest doing. So when anybody becomes a guru, whether a male body or female doing, so from non-doing, they again have to come back to doing. It is easier in a male body to come back to doing rather than just being, just existing. It balances, because they have a male body, it balances them much better. Women or female body holders do not need that kind of balancing. They need a different kind of balancing, which is more about existing. But yes, not everybody has a karma like that. So saying that women are not attaining Samadhi or not doing anything, they are more in numbers actually. It's just that they don't want to be guru. Why? Ultimately, what are we teaching anybody? How by teaching thousands of swimming techniques, we are actually teaching them how to drown, right? How to surrender. Someday the ego will surrender. Someday you will understand. Stop fighting. Stop doing. No amount of doing will take you all the way to being, or cannot teach you non-doing. So what exactly is there to teach? All the techniques, all the tantra, mantra, japa, yoga, sadhana, mantra, anything you pick up is all about doing. How does one reaches from doing to non-doing? By doing more, doing something very complicated kriyas, doing a lot of harsh tapasya. How do you reach non-doing? Or how do you come to that being state from the doing state? So woman's presence itself teaches others how to just be. It's just the presence that will teach you that. But no, in today's world, everybody needs doing. Lot of doing. Someday, their ego will say, okay, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of doing everything. I'm giving up this nonsense chase. And I want to drown. I want to surrender. I want to drown. So how do you teach somebody surrender? You can't. Forget about surrender to Guru or to the spiritual journey or the surrender to Paramatma or some higher thing. People are not able to surrender in love. Those who love. They are not even able to surrender in love. Otherwise, they would ascend. Right? Bhakti cannot be taught, love cannot be taught, devotion cannot be taught, samarpan, surrender cannot be taught. And these are the only thing that actually helps you attain samadhi and moksha. How do you teach these things? Women know this way much better than men. If you go to a male guru, They will tell you tons of sadhana. You do this, because they know you have come from ego. Right? So they have that tendency. They have gone through themselves. They know how much of doing it has taken for them to reach the state of non-doing. So it's easier for them to, if anybody comes, they'll tell them, okay, from tomorrow night, start doing this, start doing that, start doing this. And for 1 year, you are doing this after. See the sannyasi's path. Woman never needs to be sannyasi either. Who goes on Parivrajak path and the path where for 12 years they are walking from one place to another? The renunciate, the sannyasis, they are walking from one place to another, never staying in one place for a long time, eating what they are able to get, never buying anything, never wearing proper clothes. So much of doing takes to undo you. So if a female becomes a guru, she knows the formula. But that's the formula which can never be taught. She knows that as well. So as a mother, she can fool somebody a little bit. Okay, you start doing these pranayamas, you start doing this Kriya Yoga, you start taking this initiation, that initiation, because ego wants to do something. But in her heart, she knows someday you will be tired. Someday you will give up. Someday you will realize no amount of doing can actually take you to non-doing. So I've created a very good series about helping people understand all this. But yes, so first of all, do not mix two things. That woman attaining or rising above versus woman becoming a guru. Both are two different things. And not every woman who attains needs to deal with people who are still wants to do, just to be someday. So they know it's futile. But still sometimes when people come to me also, what is the highest possible diksha that you can give me? Really? Look who's asking. What's the most complicated kriya you can give me? What is the highest mantra you can give me? Really? So you see ego coming in front, asking for this, asking for that. So sometimes we have to bend people's will by giving them toughest physical postures and asanas. Sometimes we have to bend their will by giving them really tough to pronounce mantras. Sometimes we have to bend their will by teaching them devote yourself to something. Just that. So people's Kundalini rarely stays or stabilizes at the level of Anahata, which is way easier for women without doing any sadhana, without doing anything. Once they become a mother, their Kundalini stabilizes in Anahata. So for them, it's always about going just upwards. But I am not saying there are no exceptions in a lot of cases. Even in women's cases, Kundalini can always fell down below all the way till Swadhisthana or Mooladhara chakra, and they may get into a lot of emotional drama, nonsense, and lot of survival related fears. So some things are some conditions are because of the way society has been arranged, where every woman is supposed to earn, supposed to do this, supposed to do that, and there's no safety and security in women's existence. That has been snatched away. That's how the society is arranged today. But maximum time, if women stay a little bit sensible, then they don't need much to surrender. They don't need a lot of doing to reach that non-doing state.
I don't know if I should feel happy at this answer or if, because it is good that something is easy for women. Or I don't know if I should feel sad at my stupidity.
No. Women usually at times, try to compete with men, and because male bodies, thinking, oh, guru, they gave them this kind of sadhana, their guru is giving. Sometimes, many times I have experienced this when husband and wife both are walking their spiritual journey, and they both are connected to one guru. So the guru will tell them, tell the male guy, you sit in silence, close the room, go into meditation, do tratak, do this, do that, and a whole lot of bunch of things where he has to be alone and do these kind of things. To women, they will say, okay, just put a bindi here or tika there, and just sing loving Bhagwanji's songs, some bhajans, some devotions, and make sure you are doing all your housework in timely manner. You are serving your child, you are taking care of your child, you are taking care of your husband like a mother or a partner, and woman is thinking, this guy just seriously doesn't want to teach me anything. This guru is just not good. He is only taking my husband seriously, and he's not taking me as a wife seriously, while there was no need for all that. That is, women are privileged. Woman body is a privileged body when it comes to samadhi and moksha. So instead of taking it that you are queen, behave like one, feel like one. You don't need that much of doing to reach that non-doing state. You do not have that kind of a hardened ego which needs to be broken down with the hardest hammer possible. Right? Women do not have that. It's easier for women to cry. It's easier for women. Even in the male bodies, when feminine energy is higher, such males become really humble, down to earth devotees, bhaktas. They learn to surrender to the process of life, to the life that is there. They surrender to their children, to their wife. However, whatever kind of crazy wife he may have, whatever kind of crazy children he may have, he will surrender. He will be quiet in the house whenever there is confrontation or anything, despite the fact that he was right, he wasn't wrong. So he may be quiet, he may be silent, he may say sorry a lot, he may say thank you a lot, he may just become surrendered kind of a person. Samarpan will arise in him. And we do see such kind of males in society. It's not that these are little bit rare, rare jivas, rare jivatmas.
Going into extinction.
Yes, closer to extinction. But such males do exist who are very high in feminine energy. And then there are females who are very high in masculine energy. You cannot teach them surrender. You cannot teach them bhakti. You have to give them something logical, some gyan. Something has to be given to them. So the reason any Atma has attained the woman body is because she was way much more aligned to the cosmos. Men do not go through lunar cycles, right? They do not have any way to align. Their physiology itself is not aligned to. So then we tell them, get up at Brahmahut time, do this, take shower, do something to come into alignment with the cosmos. Women every month are naturally aligned to the cosmos. Moon cycles happen, their behavior changes, their body goes through changes. No matter what, creation of Shakti of creation in women, the egg that comes out is happening according to cosmos, not according to the mind. So male sexuality is in the mind, in the indriya, the five senses. Female sexuality is in the nature, in the physical body. You cannot regulate your hormones. You cannot regulate or control your arousal when it happens or when it does not happen. Why? According to the lunar cycle, it's happening by itself. They are not indriya driven. They don't need to see a naked man to start or stop something in them. Males do. Males' physiology works, males' sexuality, the Shakti of creation works in their mind. So they are asked to control their mind a lot. Women do not need to. Rarely any woman feels any excitement by seeing a naked man. Instead, it feels weird. It's not that that prettier a sight as opposed to a woman being naked and a man watching. So you see, Indriya, the five senses come in touch. So in women, everything is regulated through the cosmos. They are much more into the cosmic kala. We call it kala. So they are way much more in alignment with the kala. They don't need to do anything special to be more aligned. Men do need to do that. So these are all the things that I have discussed way much more in detail with some scientific research examples and proofs. That's because again, male mind, whether it's a female body or male body, masculine energy mind or logical rational mind will be there in a lot of people. So I have discussed all of these things, so this will go live. But yeah, in short, if this answers the question for now, that female will think, no, female always are cosmically aligned and way much more in tune with the Brahmanda. We say Yat Brahmanda Tat Pinde means whatever is in the macrocosm is happening in your microcosm as well. So that is this fact has to be understood more by male body members. Women doesn't need to because they are already aligned. All the toxins go out of their body. All the bad cholesterol, this, that. There are researches. Because of the periods, because of that bleeding of 5 days, everything that was not needed in your body, it goes out of your system every month. Male has no way of doing that. That is why cholesterol, high cholesterol, and then heart attack by the age 50. Woman, after 50, 60, if she doesn't control her way of living or that doesn't change her way of living after menopause, 55 years of age, that is when she may have some health problems. Otherwise, she's pretty much healthy. She's pretty much in tune. She doesn't need to break the mountains, build the mountains, break the mountains. Very much privileged. It's just that in the modern society, women need to accept that, understand that, and accept that you are born queens, you are born privileged, and it's not that anybody has given you that privilege. Mind it. At the time of death in the previous lifetime, if your energy was more towards feminine, you are born with the female body in next lifetime. If you were thinking logically, rationally, beating up with your ego, you get a male body. Simple. When Cosmos says, okay, you are already aligned with me, Paramatma says, God says, you are already aligned with me, and I give you a body where you do not need to use your mind at all. Your mind can be into some other things. And I have again explained in a very detailed manner in those videos about how KRIYA and KRIYA, Dharma and Bhakti are one. Kriya, Kam, Kriya and Bhakti are one. One pointed already in female body holders. Yes, there will be exceptions, okay? But mostly in female body holders, Kama Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Bhakti are one pointed. As opposed to males. For males, it's about first controlling their 5 senses and then uniting or coming up with one pointed Kama, Kriya and Bhakti. Otherwise, their Kama means desires may run in one direction, their actions may be in another direction, and their Bhakti may be aligned with something completely different.
So I guess I'm very excited to see this new series now. Can't wait.
Yeah, we will release it. Start it from January. Start publishing it from January.
Okay. Should I go to the next question now?
Yes. Go ahead.
So somebody's asking, I wanted your view on religion. You said Abrahamic religions are based on adharma, and in one of your posts, you mentioned that we shouldn't judge people by the religion they belong to, that there are dharmic Muslims as well. So if they are following Islam, how are they dharmic? Is it that they belong to Islam, but within that they do what is right and universally accepted?
Very good question. And yes, whoever has asked has answered their own question, that there are some universal principles and foundations of life which are about that you shouldn't torture somebody, daya, right? You shouldn't steal, aste. So the yam niyam that we follow as yogis, those yam niyam are the universal principles which actually exist even any kind of dharma religion that you say. So dharma is just that, those universal principles that are there. And these universal principles are followed by anybody who believes in Shiva or Shakti or Bhakti or Shiva or Vishnu or Ganesh or some guru or some ma or divine goddess mother or Devi or anything, or Islam or this or that. If somebody can abide by those universal principles, yam and niyam, then really does not matter what book they are following. Somebody may follow Gita, some may follow Ramayana, Mahabharat, Yoga, Vasisht. I don't know. We have thousands, right? So even if they have one, if they are following that book, in other words, they are ignoring or discarding all that should not be followed from that book already. So their antarman or their mind has already been purified to that extent that they may be a really good Muslim, they may be a really good Christian, they may be a really good Judaist or somebody, but they understood one thing, that there are some universal principles, some alignment with life itself that they must follow. So they live by those principles. So they become dharmic people, because dharma is not Hindu or Christian or that is religion. Being Christian, being Judaism, being Judaist or being Muslim, all that is religion. It's not dharma. Being Hindu could be called dharma. Dharma means the basic universal principles that humans must follow, that aligns them with nature and the cosmos, and their life and the karma becomes a little nicer, a little better day by day. And they become dharmic people. So there is a difference between dharmic people and religious person. When we say somebody is religious, we are saying they might be doing namaz 5 times, they might be going to church every Sunday, or they might be following their rituals and things in as per Judaist religion. So that is what being religious means. Being dharmic means abiding by those universal principles of yam and niyam. And then a person becomes way much better if they go little beyond yam and niyam. Means they start understanding the most powerful Shakti of your existence, Prana Shakti. So pranayama, then asana, and then dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So they become way much more purified that way. So being dharmic, being religious are two different things. Dharma and religion are two different things.
Great. Ma, this next question is a little long and I might have to modify a few things, but try to keep it as it is. Can you please talk about how spiritual seekers or anyone can protect themselves from being attacked by people who are looking to steal their prana, spiritual progress, and how they can stay safe in spiritual places when going to pilgrimages where bad agoris or spiritual people can do black magic on you? Like, for example, you talked about one of your students whose pranmay kosh got attacked by some agori at a temple, and he was left lying at home for several months because he had no energy strength to move. So how do we protect ourselves from something like that? And also, once you told another seeker to cover his feet when visiting the Kumbh Mela, and someone can touch his feet and take away all his spiritual progress. Please talk about things like that in your next video and help us understand how to protect ourselves from such spiritual attacks.
This is a very important question. So, the first line of protection comes from Guru's initiation. If you have ever been initiated in any lifetime, if you have been initiated by any Samadhi Guru, male, female, in 5 lifetimes ago or last lifetime, does not matter. If you have ever been initiated, you cannot be attacked by anyone. Nobody can steal anything from you. So the most important thing is being initiated by a guru. Second line of protection comes from mothers. If you are still very much in gratitude to your mother, because it's a divine Shakti, it has given birth to you. Regardless of how the mother may be. Mother may be sick, mother may be a little bit out of her mind, or mother may be very nice. Does not matter. If you are in gratitude to the Shakti, to the power of creation that is there in your life, then you are protected. The more you stay connected to the mother, so you have eaten the food that your mom cooked. It's a line of protection. Especially for the male body holders. Now, another thing that needs to be understood, women, when they are in their periods, they are vulnerable to all these things. Okay? When they are not in their periods and they are married according to the Hindu Viva, where we do all those fire rituals and where we have the yajna, the homa going on, and all the mantras are being chanted, and you get into the quantum entanglement with your husband, with the husband when she goes into quantum entanglement. That is when she is protected. She is wearing a Mangal Sutra all the time, which is actually a Raksha Sutra. And she is wearing bangles or earrings, a necklace or something she is wearing. All these are the protection for women. Natural protection for women. Being married is a protection in itself. Not by marrying on paper, I am not talking about court marriage. I'm talking about marriage the way it should be done. That kind of marriage. So you are protected that way. Another thing is, so unless women are in their periods, they are. Once women go through the childbirth, delivery, they are protected. It's not easy to do anything on them. They are not the victims. They are rarely the victims of black magic or somebody stealing a spiritual energy, this energy, that energy. Because they have become, once a child comes in mother's life, they become like a lioness. So if a different kind of a Shakti, different kind of power arises in them. And their Kundalini reaches Anahata, at times it reaches even Sahasrar. And then comes back down. It doesn't stay there for long, it comes back down quickly. And if they are living a little bit of good life with Yam and Niyam, rarely any mother can be attacked. So women are naturally protected. Now comes to male. Much more vulnerable are male body holders. They do not have cosmic alignment. They do not have anything to protect them. So they always need something external to protect them. So then comes the things like, when you are walking your spiritual journey, do not allow others to touch your feet. Okay? If children do it or if relationships are like that where people are doing that to you, it's fine, it's okay, but try to refrain from that. Especially during the days when you are doing your harsh sadhanas. Wear Rudraksh, that is another way. Most of the time, have control on your prana. Those who have control on their pranic Shakti, Anytime they feel fearful, any time when they feel like their energy is dropping down, their prana is lower right now, just start doing breathing. Start practicing pranayama in right there in that moment to bring your energy back up. When your energy, pranic energy, is really powerful, nobody can attack you. Nobody can steal anything from you. Why? Higher pranic energy opens this cosmic channel. There is Brahmarandra here, right? It all the time from the cosmos, it's absorbing the energy. This is Agnya Chakra. This is all the time these two places are receiving the cosmic energy. All the time, center of your chest, your Anahat Chakra is receiving the energy from the cosmos. All the time, your Nabhi Chakra is receiving the energy. Only when prana stays here or here or here, you are receiving the maximum energy within. Or when you are sleeping, you are receiving the energy like that. But most of the people's prana is actually in the nabhi, actually in the swadhisthana chakra, in the around the navel. That's where their prana stays. They have such a low level of such a weaker prana. That's where it is staying. That's where most easiest attack happens on people when their prana, their pranic energy is actually in the swadhisthana chakra, sacral chakra. That is when they are way much more susceptible, vulnerable to the black magic, people stealing energy, entities attacking, some other realms, cosmic beings attacking, doing this bad, that bad thing. And whether it's a male or a female, the moment prana drops to sacral chakra, you are vulnerable to even a person, even people in your house may attack you emotionally at that time. Because that is what you attract. Chaos, other people's negative emotions, other people's negative energy. You start attracting all of that towards you. You attract what you are right now, right? You attract according to your own vibrations. So if your vibrations have dropped down all the way to Swadhisthana, suddenly you will have a lot of emotional fights in your house with your loved ones around you, with your family members, with your neighbors, with anybody. It may feel like everybody is coming to just attack me. Why? Because your prana has dropped down. Your Shakti, you have dropped down yourself all the way into sacral chakra. You shouldn't do that. It should not happen. Pranic Shakti should always be at the level of Anahata. That much Pranic Shakti, from Mooladhara to Anahata. That is where your Pranic Shakti should be. Always that high. If you can raise it all the way to Vishuddhi or Agnya, way much better. But at least keep it all the way to your heart chakra. Don't drop it down below. So anybody who's asking for protection should do pranayama, must learn different pranic techniques, and according to their health, their body, their age right now, they must learn, especially the male body holders, males, must learn all kinds of protection techniques that can be there for themselves. Female body holders should take care of one thing only. When you are in your periods, do not go to any such place. No temple visits, not going to deity, don't do any tapasya sadhana during those times. Just be. Stop doing. So those 5 days are non-doing. Just be. You are good enough as is. Learn to be. No, some of the females comes to me. Can I still do my yoga and mantra and japa when my periods are happening? Again, doing 5 days of non-doing was granted to you as a privilege. Go take it. 5 days, 6 days, just don't do, just be. No. I still want to do even when it's the time to be. So, yeah, these are all the protection ways people can protect themselves.
But somebody had told me that when you are feeling an intuition of some bad energy coming to you, you can just take the name of your guru or think about your guru, and that gets rid of that. Is there any?
So what it does, when you connect to your guru, it raises your prana. That is why the first thing I said, if you have ever been initiated in any bad moment, the first line of protection is your prana rises all the way to anahata. Then you know nothing can impact you. Same thing happens by connection with mother. The moment you connect to your mom, your mother, her motherly love, prana rises all the way to anahata from swadhisthana, from sacral chakra. Again, you are protected. So there are thousands of ways to bring your prana back to anahata. What works for you, you must apply that. Because no, you cannot think about using the most complicated weapon, especially when you are in danger. Learn to use something simple and anything. And when you are not being attacked by anyone, practice these things then, so that at the time of danger you are able to remember what you need to do. Your consciousness can take you there, that see, we learned this for protection, let's start doing it. Same thing is with mantra chanting. Some people connect with that mantra, with that deity, with that Shakti so much, and they are always connected even when they are not being attacked. So when they are being attacked, they suddenly start chanting that mantra. It happens even during the sleep. The mantra that is you find most affinity with, you have chanted the maximum number of times. When you are sleeping and there is a dangerous dream going on, a lion is running after you, snakes are biting you, or something bad is happening to you in the dreams and you are scared, suddenly that mantra chanting starts happening. It raises the prana, dream is off. Your indriya, your internal drama is shut down. Theater is gone. So what brings your prana up? Pranayama does the same thing.
Great. I think, Ma, for today, that's there are a lot more questions, and we will get to it eventually. Next episode, everybody's questions, but I think for today, this is all we have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Yoginiji, and I hope you guys are learning something from this program. And let us know more questions, and let us know if you are getting the answers you need. Namaste. Jai Shiva.